It's time to take the Red Bull Ring by the horns. It's the Austrian MotoGP race for 2020. The front row of the grid, Maverick Vinales Jack Miller on the Pramac Ducati, and World Championship leader Fabio Quartararo. Thumbs up then from Miller. Row 2, so strong in race trim in FP4 yesterday despite that crash at turn 9. Can he bounce back as ATM's first ever winner in the MotoGP World Championship? Accolade of course taken by the history-making South African.
Was 16th on the grid. He looked like he was just lounging on his sofa. Away we go then. All devices fighting away at each other here in the approach to turn 1. Got Yannick 12. Do they think that they can actually rob Ducati a victory here today? Let's find out what Miami
come through to that, that group that's going to be just near the podium. I'm sure it's going to be busy.
One on the same track 5 years in a row. Can they make it 5 on the spin here today in Spiel? And 2010. It's been the golden track for the Bologna brand.
Phillip Island in 2019 where he fought all the way until that last lap. Here we go then, 28, and away we go. A good start from Jack Miller there. He gets that Ducati well off the line. Maverick also got a good start. Coming through is Franco the whole shot.
Dovizioso got away well on the Ducati. He's in third place. Fabio Quartararo as well wide in the first corner. He's lost that top 6, and Mir was a fast starter too.
Here comes Dovi straight up the inside of Maverick Vinales. It's Ducati.
Togo got a decent start as well. Up 1 place from 5th to 4th. Already attacking Maverick Vinales, and he's got him down in the braking zone for turn.
Didn't see what happened really to the Frenchman, and now Maverick is dropping back again. He's lost another place. Joan Mir is up into 4th.
And out wide, he was 9th through the first sector. He's already recovered 1 place to 8th. He's just 1 ahead of Valentino Rossi.
Yeah, here comes Thomas Spargaro as he...
So Jack Miller's got a pretty comfortable buffer of about half a second as we come to complete this first lap of the famous Wallace Rins. Morbidelli, Quartararo, Rossi and Oliveira as your top 10 early on.
Yeah, Oliveira and Rossi have made up a couple of places on that opening lap. Up there, turn 3. Still as you were in the top 3.
Well wide. That's all down to the shot through.
Yeah, Quartararo is now the lead of that second group, if you like. There.
That was a shocker from Rin.
Marco then 10th. The 2 Frenchmen, terrible starts really. Here we are then, looking from Promise. He thought it was realistic to be fighting in that top 5 at the moment. In a fantastic 4th place. He loves the Red Bull Ring. Spargaro's so needed no second invitation. Takes second straight back. The gap has actually managed to come down somehow at the front as well. Jack
Moto3 winner here in the past. He does love the Red Bull Ring. Vinales has regrouped after a pretty average first.
We start the second lap. Miller there taking the defensive line into turn 3. He struggled with that, and he's got an
early break from Dovizioso. There's a couple of people fear that he might try and break up the pack early on.
The pace is quite slow at the start of this MotoGP race. Are the Yamahas going to get invited back to the party?
Long bruising battle here in the Red Bull Ring. 28 laps.
Joan Mir impatient, trying
Willie, because he's so good at tyre preservation, tyre management. He will quite like this pace being relatively slow at the contention. You can see Franco Morbidelli's right behind him as well.
Quartararo's fastest guy on circuit, followed by Brad Binder. Ladies and gentlemen,
look at Steve in the 124s, Quartararo and Binder. They're the only 2 men that have done sub-25s on that previous lap. He was down. I really thought he was down. He all looked like he might have made contact with Mir. That's been really costly for both Mir and Binder.
Further back then there is Brad Binder, just behind Alex Rins, who in turn is just behind Zarco and Oliveira. Breaking again, that line, he said, didn't he, earlier on, as Dovi goes back up, block pass perfectly executed from Andrea Dovizioso.
He struggled a little bit this year, but Spargaro winds the power back on that KTM. It's no slouch, is it, the RC16 this year? It's the only man on that last lap that was in the 24s, as Mir now gets underneath Andrea Dovizioso. That was beautifully done by the double motor. Thomas Vinales attacking Quartararo. They're future teammates in the factory Yamaha team, and he balked. Oh dear me, Quartararo and an Oliveira Vinales on through on the pair of them.
Well, the 2 future teammates are causing all sorts of problems here. Dovi goes through, back on Joan Mir, but he's slightly wide. Mir comes back through. That's
in their home Grand Prix. Spargaro second, hunting Jack Miller.
Has Fabio Quartararo got a problem? He's got cruising.
Well, no, he's...
Where is he? Quartararo's down in 22nd. What's happened to him?
Off the
mixture of man and machinery. It's KTM, Ducati, Suzuki across the line, and the World Championship leader at the moment has dropped to the...
somewhere by Fabio Quartararo. He is right at the back of the pack now in 22nd place. Let's have a look at this one. Down the hill into turn 4, and he's just going to go straight into the gravel trap. You don't see too many of them. That's a collector's item, a mistake by the world Simon.
something I had to do a shout out to Alex Briggs walking out of the track last night, you know, with and he was.
Yeah, he's absolutely right at the moment. Valentino trying to find a way through into sixth.
Fastest man on the circuit, Steve. Pol Espargaro, a KTM is leading in MotoGP for the second time in 7 days. Can you believe what's happening in 2020?
Jack Miller had one win, but not with Ducati. Mir's never had one into the Premier class. Pol Espargaro likewise, and of course
1 laps. There's a gap now opened up between Oliveira and the 2 factory Yamahas in the possession of Vinales and Rossi.
We saw that in all the pre-practice sessions.
Yep.
The big question mark was whether or not he had a mistake or two in him.
He's got that hard front tyre on as well, Steve, but with only 3 guys going for it, one of them being his teammate Brad Binder, who's just taken 10th from Alex Rins, incidentally.
Oh, look at how much time Pol Espargaro takes out of them around turn 8.
You've got to say, Dovizioso looks pretty comfortable, doesn't it?
Yeah.
At the moment, it's looked very, very comfortable. Quite easy for Andrea Dovizioso, and he dispenses Miller pretty comfortably over the crest, downhill into
24.653 for Pol Espargaro, the fastest lap of the race.
Yeah, he's got some serious rhythm, hasn't he, at the moment, Pol Espargaro. Marquez back, oh, dearie me!
What's happened here? Oh, a huge crash! Oh, goodness!
That is Franco Morbidelli's turn number 3. I was wincing, I shut my eyes when Rossi came through. That is super scary, terrifying crash.
And Zarco comes around and he's going to try and take a defensive line.
Morbidelli's back!
Oh, Rossi!
Dearie me!
Rossi's dodged it.
Rossi.
What's happened here is Zarco's trying to take a defensive line. He runs across but doesn't realise where. Oh, my goodness.
Look at that.
It went straight.
Almost 200 miles an hour. I'm sweating. My palms are soaking wet.
Hope we can see there that
Rossi.
Franco Morbidelli
He's going to need
be okay.
the composure here.
Simon.
Yeah, guys.
Watch Valentino Rossi here. Watch that.
My goodness me.
Goodness. That bike missed Valentino Rossi's head by fractions. Oh,
I think, and they ended up in the same spot.
Yeah, there's absolutely no way that you can be pointing fingers. It's not
bad stuff, that was.
Pol, come on. Group yourself together. There's been a major accident.
When he sees what's happened, he will calm down.
And oh god, let's watch this first. Oh my god.
I mean, we are literally talking millimetre.
It's so fast uphill there into that left kink before braking hard into.
Look at Maverick Vinales, Steve. He is red in the face.
To say as well, I have to just say, watch this. That air fence has saved that bike, Zarco's bike, from like a steam truck. That air fence has saved a load of people because it stopped the speed of the bike.
And the thing as well is, Steve, like Maverick Vinales and Valentino,
various things I think I've seen. And watch this reaction
look at Brett
here.
Stevens there as well, shaking their head. Matteo Flamini as well, his data guy. It's almost like
they can put everything else out of their mind.
Yeah, and once those lights go out, it's back to business again. There you can see the revised grid then. Pol Espargaro, Petrucci still next to each other, and Taka Nakagami. Alex Marquez, 35 Crutchlow, 38.
The focal point of so much attention as well post-race here in Spielberg. So...
Lights out again. A good start from Pol Espargaro on pole. A lightning start from Joan Mir on the second row. Easing it through is Jack Miller, but he runs wide.
Yeah, Miller well wide. Will that allow Pol Espargaro then to sweep back on into the lead? No.
There's up towards turn 3. We go. Miller really wide. It's tough through there. Jack Miller, Dovi in third.
Yeah, credit to the race marshal in a fantastic clean-up operation up at turn 3. Alex Rins getting a second bite at the cherry. He moves
starts for Alex Marquez and Bradley Smith. Then 9th and 10th as Miller goes through on Pol Espargaro. Is he going to run it wide? No, he holds throw, and he's already up inside the top 4. Brilliant launch off the line by the GSX-RR. There is Iker Lecuona. In fact,
Maverick Vinales is 20th, so there's been some drama, more drama for the Spanish rider.
Obviously, you can see on the graphic on the left, leads.
There's Maverick Vinales right at the back of the field, so something happened on the first lap for him.
So he goes past Pol, but he's got the inside line as the KTM man, so he'll try and hold on to that. He does. The block pass successful. Sitting
42 and allow Miguel Oliveira to sweep on through.
Quattro is up another place now. He's into 14th. Valentino.
I'd love to find out where Maverick Vinales' race went horribly wrong, because he's made no recovery from 20th at the moment through on the Portuguese.
And this is similar at the front anyway as to how it started in the earlier race. Miller
tight. Binder almost took away Rossi's leg. In the braking zone, the pair of them run really wide. The MotoGP, Binder versus Rossi, that really cost him a lot of time. Nakagami now sweeps on through on Rossi. He's got the inside line.
Nakagami through, then here comes Rossi trying to get back in the slipstream. The Aprilia Revelation Spargaro just behind. Then it's Cal Crutchlow, Danilo
Dovizioso's got back through on Pol Espargaro at turn 3. Jack Miller was the fastest man on circuit last time around at 20.
Some footage we've got of what happened to him.
So the gap that Miller's got over Divitz was eager to get through on Polespargaro at turn 3 because he can just see Miller stretching his legs a little bit here.
So look at this group watching it all unfold. Then it's a bit of a gap back to Binder. Look at how much drive Polespargaro.
So in sector 3 did Miller. 1.1 seconds now his advantage. So Jack Miller 24.368. 4/10 of a second quicker than Dovizioso in second place was Jack Miller.
Yeah.
Wasn't there from the Pramac Ducati man?
And look what tyres he's gone for, Matt. This is why he's gone out there on soft.
Well, he's gambled, hasn't he? Early on and then try and manage it late on. Dovizioso will know that.
They can't cope with him right now. It's a long old race.
No, but he's got the rhythm to go with Miller. Here's what happened then to Maverick Viñales.
Like a dozen riders. But there's not really seemingly any major reason
for
what,
Polespargaro does not want to sit behind the Suzuki, but look at the speed of that KTM. It's a missile. The horsepower that they found in
choice because the 20 laps is longer race for the softy in the front. For sure, the softy gives you more grip on the 8.
Campaigner, isn't he? What did he say yesterday? I think Alex Rins is a proper dark horse for this Austrian Grand Prix. Well,
Alex Rins is trying to challenge Dovizioso. There's not a lot wrong with the speed of that Suzuki.
Yeah, do you know what, Steve? Polespargaro's just hit the buffers here a little. Department, well, that's the factory Suzuki.
He's not feeling any pain at the moment. He nearly went down, though. The front end washed away from Alex Rins then. That just sums up, doesn't it, the frustrations of Polespargaro. Unfortunately, it's got to him, and he's wiped it.
So, we'll try and pick the bones out of that one. There is yet more drama in MotoGP, and now Dovizioso then leads. He's going for a hat-trick of wins here in the Red Bull Ring, and he hits the front on lap 10.
3 wins. There's Joan Mir in 4th. We've got Ducati, Suzuki. What drive! Wide pole. He's gone well wide, and he's cut back in. Oh my God! It's almost a carbon copy. That unfortunate one. Can you believe it? I mean, it looks like an unfortunate situation back through. I mean, can you just believe it?
Oh,
look
here
at
comes
this.
Rins.
Here comes Rins.
Yeah, Miller's struggling.
Do you know
now.
what, Matt? Rins could win this.
Miller's running out of grip here. This is a massive. The Suzuki through that final turn. He's not going to blitz by the Ducati in a horsepower shootout.
Another point just to add here. Alex Rins.
He got wiped out and his shoulder damaged, which needed major surgery by Joan Zarco in Silverstone last year. Binder hit him in Jerez, and now it's been involved.
GP at the moment is just extraordinary. Breaking down into turn 4. 4 laps to go. Ducati, Suzuki, what's going on?
Rins is down! No! Alex Rins has jumped off the Suzuki, we can hear in the background.
How are we... this is just unbelievable.
It's turning pure frustration for Alex Rins. He was really hounding and harassing Andrea Dovizioso.
This is where
just taking the lead.
He lost the front here.
Just got into the lead.
Yeah. He had a warning at that corner. What else can happen here?
Where do you start to try and cover MotoGP in 2020?
9, because everyone's dumping it everywhere. Poor Miguel Oliveira is, well, you can understand, can't you?
Well, deserve that. Does not deserve that at all.
Look at Brad Binder. I mean, Brad Binder won the race a week ago. He'd go up into 4th in the world. He said yesterday, off air, I can't stay on the circuit for more than 2 laps, but hey, some days are always interesting.
Tacker, he's coming for it. I've got to say, Jack Miller is not being dumped here on those soft tyres. Just wonder whether Andrea Dovizioso MotoGP, 4 races, 4 crashes, but at the moment on course for an outstanding 9th place.
Joan Mir's going to have a... He would have seen his teammate go down there. He fancies 2nd place, does Joan Mir. It would be his maiden podium to cope with the pace, and I think Mir can see that Dovy's checking out. Jack Miller then.
How the wear was on those soft tyres for Miller. The problem is that Joan Mir just cannot get by the
Ducati to he's got to now just try and defend for 4 laps. Here's Valentino Rossi, the trusty doctor, despite lapping quicker than Brad Binder up ahead of him.
I think it's fair to say the doctor dodged a bullet earlier on today. Army at bay. This will be another good ride into the top 6 for the Honda man.
We get closer to the end. Has desires on winning his first ever MotoGP race. He'll need to dispose of Miller soon, but it is far easier said than done.
No, you're not going to look too smart and clever if you launch it when you're on course for your first podium, because at the moment Brad Binder is way in Austria. Ducati on course for a 1-2, but Miller desperately trying to keep Mir at bay. Wins in 5 in Austria for him. It looks like it's going to be Ducati's 5th successive victory. It looks like it's going to be Ducati
for Dovi, and the 40th podium for him as a Ducati rider on the weekend, where he announced that he will be...
Let's be negotiating, guys.
Please come back. Brad Binder, fourth at this moment in time.
Looks like Valentino catching.
Good 3 or 4 tenths, so fourth is not done yet.
You put this man in this position and he doesn't tend to flop his lost about a second clear. He's dropped back down now to 9 tenths through sector 2.
Some would say it's not a but you have to believe that relations have seriously broken down there. This will be a very defensive inside line from Jack Miller. In the background, I'll quickly check on Valentino Rossi's 9.
Nothing to give him too much concern. Jack Miller gets sideways, running that tight line into turn 3. Up in the braking zones, and then use the horsepower to hook up the Ducati on acceleration and on the straights, because then he knows that Mir's
Spielberg circuit. Dovi won in 2017, 2019. It's looking like he's going to win
this one, because his previous victories, they've been absolute nail biters right down to the last corner, suspect. And how much is Mir going to risk, Steve, trying to get that second place? Because there's a podium here, a safe to show Miller his front wheel. And look again, Miller just squeezing in the middle of the circuit, making sure that there's no way through, cannot get close enough. If he's going to make a move, it's going to be seriously risky by Mir.
Oh, he's
look at that again, it's Miller. There, Steve, you could see with Miller, his rear tyre was squirming around. He was still able to pull about 7-8 bike lengths on Mir.
Leveling on. We're on the last lap here. He's not close enough to do it into turn 6, that's for sure.
I think Miller's probably going to have this one covered. I mean, well, it's going to be turn 9. There's just nothing that Mir can do.
Miller's wide! He's wide! Here comes Mir, and the checkered flag is out as well. He's pinched him. Crikey now! He wins here in Austria, and Mir, brilliant, pinches second place off Miller on the last lap. His first ever in Ducati 12 months ago, though.
No, they aren't. They're much more subdued, aren't they? Andrea Dovizioso, as he solved it, you've got to say, Joan Mir put so much pressure on him. Great ride by
Matt,
Mir.
Can I just say, after what happened to Valentino Rossi, what a legend.
Incredible. These guys, Steve, operate on a totally different level, a totally different plane to us. Riding.
Brivio, brilliant second place for Joan Mir.
David, give us your thoughts on Joan Mir's performance today in his first podium.